Career burnout has become a very common term these days, right? Because whole world, people are just not working, they are getting into a race. It is like full of competition, right? They are not measuring the success with their own success, rather they are comparing with others. Their yardsticks of measuring success have become very, very unreasonable, I would say, right? And it is very, very important that we navigate through this career burnout and reclaim our energy and motivation very timely, so that it doesn't affect our well-being, right? So we all know that what is a career burnout, right? When you there is a difference between a stress and career burnout. Stress is still, it is actually indicating something wrong, right? But career burnout is like a feeling of energy depletion or exhaustion. You are totally exhausted, your creativity is reduced, your there's lack of focus, you have a weaker memory, you are utilizing more hours to compensate. There is persistent fatigueness, a lot of mood swings, sadness, and you are isolated basically. You're totally disengaged, right? And emotionally distant also from others. So there could be, so you really need to see that first of all you need to understand that what is a burnout and what are those key symptoms you're facing, and how it can really impact your well-being. You need to understand that. And there are various causes, of course, when we are talking about the workplace. So there could be high job demands, right, that you're not able to cater, you are overcommitting and you are not able to deliver in adherence to that. So there are high job demands, right? And also there is lack of control. When you see that lack of control over your work processes and outcomes, that create feelings of helplessness, which leads to burnout, right? When you don't feel rewarded, you don't feel recognized, that can diminish your motivation and continue to feel very, very insignificant. You're not valued basically, right? And you have very poor relationships, work relationships basically, wherein people are not talking about wisdom, rather it is like some politics, or they're just gossiping, which is, rather than nurturing your energy, it is taking away your energy, right? So there are many things what you can do, right? First of all, you have to identify those signs very early on, in terms of whatever we just talked about, in terms of mood changes, monitoring your productivity. It is important to really track your work performance and respond very proactively to it, and take timely interventions, right, which can actually prevent some outcomes, and which can prevent some severe outcomes and improve the overall well-being, right? So continuously evaluate your work environment. How is the work dynamics? And you also need to contribute towards that work dynamics, team dynamics positively, right? Work culture really matters. So I'm sure in the organization where you are working, they are taking a lot of measures to provide that culture of psychological safety. So such organizations, of course, they take a lot of conscious measures that people don't reach that level of career burnout, right? And obviously you can take a lot of support from people around you, maybe your mentors, your team members, your manager, and your family as well, if they are supportive. And I think the work environment significantly influences employee well-being. So that is why even the organizations take those extra miles to take care that the environment is very conducive for people to work, right? And I think reflection and your own stress assessment plays a lot of important role, because you need to understand your feelings, right? It allows you to understand that what is your emotional health, how are you behaving at work. You need to keep a yardstick on a scale of 1 to 10. How are your stress levels? So not every stress is negative. There is a eustress and distress, and eustress is positive, which you need to have in order to suffice your work. Distress, of course, converts to burnout if it is not being taken care of, right? So, and understand those nuances which can enhance your productivity early on, right? Having proper feedback mechanisms, timely conversations, having that approach to talk to people and to express what you are facing, asking for the right resources, right? Even if you are not getting feedback timely, go and ask for that feedback. Even upward feedback is very good. When you are giving that feedback to your manager, it also helps, right? You need to obviously identify the stressors and triggers that is there a workload challenge on you, or there is a pressure of some deadline or a stipulated timeline, or there are so many interpersonal conflicts that you are not able to deal with it, right? So you need to check the warning signs of that burnout, right? You recognize those warning signs, then try to reverse that by seeking support. And finally, have your own resiliency mechanism, which I've also talked about, that how you can be resilient, right? You first of all, as I've said earlier also, before dealing with the world, please deal with yourself, develop some healthy work habits, establish your routines, get into some disciplined zone so that you're not overwhelmed, and you are able to maintain a balanced workflow throughout the day, right? Incorporate the breaks at the right time so that you can maintain focus and avoid that burnout, right? Have deliberate pauses between your work schedule. I don't call anything as a time management technique. I would say that everything is self-management. If you manage yourself, your time will be effectively managed, and effective communication at the right time with the right stakeholders is very, very important, so that you are not in any kind of confusion. There is no ambiguity. You need to set those boundaries and manage your workload well, right? So you should have that courage to say no also, because saying no is very crucial for protecting your own time and energy from unnecessary demands, right? Prioritize your responsibilities to maintain that balance, basically. Also, delegating tasks effectively, it really allows us to focus on high priority things. So don't try to do everything on your own. Set clear boundaries, establish that between work and personal life, so that overall well-being is being taken care of, right? And I think, over and above prioritizing your self-care and mental health by various nuances I've earlier also shared, by practicing mindfulness, by listening to music, by having your own resiliency kit, by being self-reliant and not try to be overly perfectionist, etc. I think there's so many things which you can take care of, which you can adopt to take care of your mental health. Obviously, if you are not able, I would strictly say that if you are able to do it the right way, you won't need a therapist. But in case you need, take help, take professional counseling. There are many good emotional platforms in many good organizations, and they are free. So please go and utilize them. You don't even need to pay for it. You don't need to pay for a therapist, outside where you're working. Seek that emotional support from right people, supportive networks with a healthy mindset, and where you can really share your experiences, because sharing your experiences will allow people to understand each other and reduce that isolation in others, right? So don't try to be in silos. Don't become emotionally distant, but at the same time be very cognizant that who are you interacting with. They should be positive, growth mindset people. Don't get into gossips, don't get into office politics, right? So maintain that healthy mindset. Adopt whatever assistance programs, help, resources you are getting from the organizations, and there are so many free resources available. You can have that. Create a very sustainable career path. Keep on re-evaluating your career goals and aspirations, right? Don't keep very unrealistic expectations. Always align your career path with your own values, which will bring more satisfaction. Just your goals in order to enhance your career satisfaction and lead to a more rewarding professional life. Go for it. Sometimes it so happens that after doing so much of things, as I said, so many things, they still cannot cope up. Even by taking professional help, they're not able to cope up. In that time also, you can explore some job flexibility. You can have those alternate career options wherein there are part-time jobs, you have remote work opportunities, you have flexi work hours these days. You can also, there are many people who choose that alternative career path also for a more fulfilling professional life, right? And I would say that the long-term strategies for your own career satisfaction are, first of all, you need to continuously learn, right? And be relevant in your careers. Build healthy networking, basically, right? And continuously work on the capability development, because the competencies what you have are not going to take you any higher. You need to nurture and add more competencies, right? So actually you should understand what is your burnout curve looking like, in terms of no end in the sight, or feelings of despair and hopelessness, or whatever is happening with you, and try to reverse it to the brighter side of it. Like quitting blaming others, define a better future, accept that always hard work is not an answer. You need to do some rational thinking. You need to be smart in adopting strategies which can help you, right? And setting those realistic expectations, and keep on evolving, keep on repairing yourself, right? Then there are many nuances which we have also discussed earlier. And what organizations, of course, can do is providing that psychological safety where everybody can feel the sense of belongingness. And in terms of inclusion safety, or how you want to learn and grow, or how you want to contribute, or how you want to make things better. So I think these things organizations can do, and obviously choose that behavior that supports inclusion in terms of effective communication, and having a culture of empathy and respect, providing feedback at the right time, helpful feedback at the right time, involve people in decision making, give that autonomy, and create that sense of belongingness. So I think and obviously being fair and equitable is very, very important. So I would say that when a team or an organizational climate is really characterized by that trust, respect, and a sense of belonging, everybody feel free to collaborate and feel to take risk, and say their heart out. It really enables people to drive innovation more effectively and have a meaningful work life, and it takes care of their overall well-being. Take care, stay blessed.